interior decorator. It's designing things, decorating rooms and that, building some paths in my garden, fixing benches, yeah, hundreds of things. It's loads of fun.
No new skills or hobbies. I mean, to be honest, I'm already obsessed with like running, and I just became more obsessed. So I ticked off a few things that I'd always wanted to do, like I got up the Cobbler, Ben Arthur, and I ran up Ben Narnan and Ben Ime, which is like right next to that. So that was really good. Just went and did loads of like seeing lots of Scotland running and stuff.
Training people in IT was one of the things. I did a lot of calls at the beginning of lockdown, and I did a lot of online training. But I've also got I'm a carer for my parents, and so I was getting, my mum can't move or do anything, so I had to go backwards and forwards. So a lot of liaison stuff like that I've been doing. So managing people remotely is quite a new skill for me, and that's quite difficult.
Me and my cousin, we started up a Couch to 5k, and this was a big motivator for me. I just had this in my head anytime I'd been work and I'd be maybe stressed, and I'd be like, right, I can't wait to finish so I can get out running, even if it'd be pouring rain. I just thought, I can't wait to get out and run round the block and just get out, and we would try and beat our target, and it just was such a motivator for me to be able to do this whenever, really. It was just so good to do.
By far basketball, missed it. But yeah, I mean basketball definitely, but I think with coming back, now being back at school, extracurricular activities are a big problem, because you know, it's just like staying after school and being able to just like do some design and manufacture or go and use the computers in the library. It's like totally underestimated how important that was and how valuable that time was. So yeah, I'm definitely missing it.
I was planning on S6 to go to them every single day, just so I can revise and revise and revise. And because of lockdown, where schools can't be open for as long as they used to be, it's kind of impacted that.
I can't.
But do you feel that
getting results, I was like a lot more scared.
Yeah.
And it did like lower my self-esteem a lot when I saw the SQA results that like changed.
Oh, the wrong ones, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually really worried about that, because people told you what you were going to get, but then you didn't actually, like, you didn't have on paper written in front of you, this is what you have. So I spent quite a lot of lockdown just going, I don't know, I meant to have that, but do I actually? So I worried about it quite a lot actually. And especially going into 6th year, in my last year, it was like, you know, you're meant to work really hard in 5th year, and then either if you do well in the 5th year, you can kind of relax for 6th year, but if it goes awful, you like have to work really hard. So I didn't know whether I needed to like, you know, I didn't know what subjects I needed to take, I didn't know how hard I needed to work. It was just like total uncertainty. So it's definitely a lot of worries.
Honestly, I tried to ignore it, but it was quite a staple of my experience during the pandemic. Like, I did try to study as much as I could just in case they did something like tests or anything. I had no idea what was going on. I felt quite deceived, honestly. Like, I was not protected, like no one was protected from the exam pressure.
I think every day was unexpected and fast changing things. You're trying to understand, okay, looking at risk assessment, get that done, and then it was changing. So I found that really, really difficult to begin with. And then the way I got over that was stop trying to predict and just wait until the guidance came out and then went with it. So I found that difficult.
Yeah, my hours at work for a start, still furloughed, so I'm only working 6 hours a week. We've got family that aren't really well, so that's been quite tough, having to try and like stay safe, but also kind of try and live our lives a little bit again. But I'll be back to normal work as of November, which I'm actually quite excited about. But I don't know how I'm going to cope. I've only been working 6 hours for nearly a year. I'm going to be so tired.
One of the things that kind of I found difficult was that during lockdown we had planned hours and hours and hours of time trying to make sure that we had a blended learning procedure in place, and at the 11th hour that all changed, and to undo all of that and unpick it when we really had built our timetable around it. We had thought about how the school was going to work in a blended learning scenario, and really to unpick that after hours and hours of work was in one hand really good, but on the other hand seemed as if there was a huge anticlimax, and I found that very difficult. I found that very difficult to pick myself up after that and think about the new way. But actually, I'm really pleased that we didn't do that. So in retrospect, I'm glad that happened.